Good morning! Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And what a beautiful morning it is. The sun is beaming here in London town, London, UK. Of course, those of us with a little affliction of allergies, we love the sun, but the sneezing is when it all starts with the pollen and no doubt the pollution. But hey ho, it is a beautiful morning. If this is the first time you're joining me, my name is Sylvia Smith of Incline Training Consultants Limited. I hop on here on a regular basis to chat with you about what I'm learning, the progress I'm making regarding establishing my business online. And with each passing day, it becomes clearer and clearer what I'm actually doing here. I had a vague notion of what I was doing here. But as I say, with each passing day, it becomes clearer. It's not totally clear, but it becomes clearer. So I just wanted to share with you a slight continuation to the previous vlog that I did, which was about feeling in a bit of a slump, and also you know, issues of sort of self-doubt or disbelief in terms of what you're doing, or in terms of what I'm doing, because I'm sure that you may from time to time share similar doubts about the validity of what you're doing and whether or not it's actually making any sense. And I think that's probably something that can be said about coming online, because it is such a vast place. This space is so vast. You know, when you think about it, the internet is global, it is universal. And coming here or seeking to do business here can be extremely overwhelming. And I confess, I feel absolutely overwhelmed at times. Yesterday I was having some thoughts about, you know, the amount of moving parts that's involved in being online and being on the internet, and particularly when you're sort of learning the ropes, learning the techniques, learning strategies, and so on. It can feel like, my goodness, I'll never get all this. It's just so much that one has to consider. And again, I'll refer to online mentors that are so helpful regarding this. And if you go to my Facebook page, which is Incline Training Consultants Limited, go to that page, and I also have another one called Money Matters with Sylvia Smith. I will be posting some of the advice that some of my online mentors share from time to time, because I think it's so helpful, particularly when you're feeling overwhelmed. Now, one of the things, I guess, about being online, you know, obviously most of us have come online to do business, to make money, to support ourselves, and you know, the hope being that we are then not so reliant upon one stream of income. We're not so reliant upon, you know, one client or employer if you are actually a salaried worker. So, you know, we're trying to sort of move into a space where we generate our own income independently, which of course is no bad thing. Oh, I wish I'd walked this morning, actually. I've just seen two women walking. That would have been a nice thing to have done this morning. But hey ho, I think I'm going to pick that up in the next couple of weeks. Step it up, the sun is coming out. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, it can feel extremely overwhelming. And what some of my online mentors are suggesting is that rather than try to swallow the whole elephant, try to select something, some activity to sort of progress your online business, and do that consistently. Now, I, for instance, have found that what works for me is coming on here. So that's certainly something that I found helpful and useful. Coming on here, I consider this producing content. I'm actually asking you to join me on my journey, and I hope that it will inspire you to do the same, because it is a journey, and I haven't arrived, and I should imagine there's probably no such thing as having arrived, because this online space is also a very changeable space. This is what I'm learning as I go forward. It's a changeable space. You have to be attuned or aware of things that are changing all the time. So, you know, you continually have to be open to learning. I'm also finding that, you know, listening and hearing from various folk who are online, who have been there, done it, and are willing to share their experiences is also a useful activity to do on a regular basis, to kind of key into what it is they've learned and what advice they have to give. So, as I have said in the last couple of vlogs, my next project is to establish an email list, and I've got to give that some attention. At the moment, I've got quite a bit on. It's the end of semester. It is almost the end of the first academic year, so I do have quite a lot of work to do with some of my teaching engagements, a lot of student assessment work to do, and of course the other work that I do for social services is also quite crucial. That's what pays my bills, so I've got to make sure I stay on top of that as well. So my next sort of online project, and I'll keep you informed, I'll be transparent about this, is to establish an email list. So when I think about taking one task at a time, it feels less intimidating. You know, what can also feel intimidating is if you get into that comparison game where you compare yourself to others who've been at this longer, who seem to be really established, and then it makes you wonder, well, where do I fit into all of this? These people are dominating the online space. How am I going to get a piece of the pie? That is probably not very helpful, because you have to define success in your own terms and not in the terms of others. And success for me at this particular juncture is about continuing to post here, and also in the short term to get that email list established, and to help that grow. So yeah, those for me are what I would consider to be successes. And it takes time. You know, there's no such thing really as an overnight success, but it takes time. I've got a few ideas about what could potentially be the spin-offs from this activity, and I've watched a couple of people, small operators, who I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can see why and how they're doing things, and that's really helpful. So that's basically it for this particular vlog. Just wanted to share that with you. It's a beautiful day. Try not to feel too overwhelmed by this space. Try to select a piece of it that you can manage and do consistently and make progress. And keep your eyes and ears open for those online mentors who have some fabulous advice, who help to keep me motivated when I'm feeling in a bit of a slump. And I'm sure they will do the very, very same for you. Have yourself a beautiful day. And as I always say, peace.